Hey, good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a little closer here. There's a cat on my lap. Oh my God. Morning. Hope everyone is doing well today. And it is Tuesday, it's Halloween. It's October 31st, and you can see an orange tail here, right? It's not quite a black cat, but I don't know what he's doing here. Let's put him like this. So there's a few technical difficulties here. Let's see what we got cooking. I'll break down obviously what we have on the session here today in terms of news, as well as some of the other things we're going to be breaking down in terms of the market, right? I'll show you guys, break down some of the charts that we have here. But in terms of news, there's a lot. There's like a plethora that came out today for this morning. Are you going to go down? What do you want? Here. 1 second. You can go down. So let's break that down. Got the cat out of the way. So let's see what we have cooking for the session. I'm just going to go through some of this news today as we're coming into the month end today. There's month end, and then tomorrow we have the Federal Reserve that's coming up. So let's see what we got, because we have auto news, we have AI news, we have a bunch of different things here. So it took about 6 weeks, but it looks like the strike that threatened to upend the American auto industry is coming to an end. General Motors, GM, has become the last of the big three Detroit automakers to have inked a tentative deal with the United Auto Workers Union, which had threatened to expand its strike to GM's key engine plant in Tennessee, the automaker's largest facility in North America. So in total, the series of walkouts began on September 15th. This is over a month ago now at this point, involving 50,000 workers, with labor action costing GM, Ford, and Stellantis, as well as their suppliers, billions of dollars with a B. So there's a quote: "We wholeheartedly believe in the strike squeeze every last dime," of General Motors. This is UAW President Sean Fain declared. They underestimated us. They underestimated you. We have shown the companies, the American public, and the whole world that working class is not done fighting. In fact, we're just getting started. So union members will get a hefty double-digit raise, right? Pay raise that is set to cost GM nearly $7 billion over the next 4.5 years. So higher labor costs will also hit the bottom line of Ford, which last week suspended its guidance and said that the new deal with the UAW would add $850 to $900 to the cost of each car. So other terms in the contracts include restricting the use of lower paid temporary workers, as well as having influence over the plant's stay open as the automakers shift to electric vehicles. GM has moved firmly into a medium-term downtrend, with buyers giving up critical $30 support zones, noted some analysts, and investors are right to question whether General Motors 2030 business plan is still on track, notwithstanding management optimism. So it seems like we've resolved a lot of those issues in that sphere, right? It's been a lot of people were looking at that over the past few weeks necessarily. And then we can move into AI risk as another part of the news that's come out. President Biden has issued an executive order to manage artificial intelligence risks, establishing new standards for AI security, advancing equity and civil rights, and promoting innovation and competition. So the order requires AI system developers to share safety test results and other critical information with the U.S. government, among the other mandates, and the development follows the G7 nations agreeing to a code of conduct for companies building advanced AI systems. While Biden's move builds on previous actions the U.S. government has taken, including securing voluntary commitments from companies including Amazon and Google for AI safeguards. Now, in the wake of the Federal Reserve, we got the meeting that's coming out tomorrow. What we got cooking is the U.S. Treasury has also lowered its federal borrowing estimates for current quarter on higher revenue expectations. Although this would still be a record amount compared to the prior fourth quarters, right? It expects to borrow $776 billion during Q4. $76 billion lower than its previous forecast of $816 billion during Q1 2024. Also, a record for that period in total over those 2 quarters. Marketable debt will have increased by 1.59 trillion, says an analyst, right before investors turn the quarterly refunding statement due tomorrow. So we'll see how that shapes up, right? We have that statement due tomorrow. We also have the Federal Reserve funds rate that's going to be announced tomorrow, right? Expected 99% chance that there is going to be no change in the rate, right? Why are you looking at me like that? So all in all, a decent amount of news coming into this, right? We started a little late today, but there are a plethora of news that came out realistically. And today we have Chicago PMI, consumer confidence, that comes out during the session. And we have, obviously, earnings. So McDonald's beats on both lines as price hikes boost sales. What else do we have? We have some other earnings, but all in all, right, growth earnings are set to come out this week, and Apple on Thursday. So when we talk about the S&P 500 here on my screen, we had a decent bid into the end of the session yesterday. I thought that overnight we'd sell off a little more aggressively than we did. But right now we are transitioning. There's a transition moment in this market in terms of the structural component. Right, so the structural component of this market, what has happened is we started moving back above some of these distribution levels, above 41.70. As long as price remains above 41.70, I think that this thing can catch a bid. However, you have to understand that 42.05 to 08 has a very strong resistance area. If there's any close above that and run above that, I think we do get a pretty significant move to the upside. I think that's going to be a major resistance for prices to start the week, and the mid-90s as well. I think they're going to try to buy the 41.80 and 41.70 today. So eyes peeled on both those levels as we start our session, and we're going to open up our live trading room for our trading team this morrow. So hope everyone's doing well. I think the first move off of this open is going to be a pull down for profit taking. Go and explore some of those levels like the 80 and the 70, and then we'll see where we go. So good morning, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed this